Hello, friends. My name is Jenny Disa. Hello, friends. My name is Jenny Disa, your host for this evening. I'm the senior manager at Aleph, a platform to promote the global perspective of education and career. This is a 82nd career talk and broadcasted live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Every Friday, we aim to bring in the valuable speaker to discuss the topic that is important to you and for your career. For the benefit of our viewers, let me quickly introduce Aleph. Aleph is an award winning career counseling and a study abroad consultants. Aleph is named among top 10 most recommended overseas education consultants by Insight Success. We have successfully counseled 23,000 students and our students have received over 23 crores rupees scholarship. We offer the options of 200 plus universities across 14 plus countries. So let's move on with our today's topic, uh, study in Montpellier, uh, Innovation and Tech Hub. To discuss this exciting subject, we have with us an expert speaker. Let me introduce you and honor the speaker.
Hi everyone, bonjour.
Hi, Judith.
Hi, so let me quickly introduce myself. Thank you so much for having me today. As you can see, I'm home, I'm in France. So my name is Judith Mayela. I'm the students counselor at Montpellier Business School, which is one of the top schools in France and in Europe. And I'm also an alumni of the Master in Management of MBS, Montpellier Business School. So today I'm here to talk about life in Montpellier, Montpellier as an innovation and tech hub, but also talk about the school. And let me tell you first, Montpellier, which is the name of the city. We are located in the south of France. This is different from Paris, which is the capital. We are a student-sized city. And what I really love about Montpellier is that, well, the size is not so big. I know you guys may be used to big cities, but I usually suggest international students and students in general to choose and to go for a smaller city, which is human size. Montpellier
Sure,
is not a
sure.
village.
Sure. So, to all our viewers, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment in the comment box and we will try to address them as we speak. So, we'll start with the session. So, Judith, let's start with the questions. So, gradually, and then you can answer one by one. Moving on to our first question, Judith, you are from Montpellier yourself. How can you best introduce Montpellier? I mean, student can always connect France to Paris. Although Paris is known for its, or France is known for fashion, wine. However, all these amalgamations have come from the nearby cities, of the country. However, Montpellier is one of such cities which is very famous and known as the jewel of Mediterranean and south of France. So, how can you best introduce the city to our audience?
Sure, thank you for the question. So I'm from the south of France. I'm from the region of Montpellier. I grew up around the city of Montpellier, and I chose actually to study at Montpellier Business School because of the city and the program, of course, because the city is really nice. It's very dynamic, very vibrant. We have a lot of international students. Like I said before, usually I recommend students to go for student cities instead of capital because, of course, Paris is nice and very touristy, romantic, whatever you think. But you'll see that studying in the student cities, and you have many in France, and Montpellier is one of those, you have a quality of life which will be excellent, meaning that you will see students everywhere. You will have some libraries. I mean, you have some universities, some great schools such as ours. And I mean, you have a lot of young people, a lot of bars, restaurants, clubs. I mean, you're here as well to enjoy yourself. We are located in the south of France, which means as well that we are a sunny city with 300 days of sun, which is quite important. And also, cost of living is less expensive than Paris, up to 40% cheaper. What's to note, if we type Montpellier on Google, you see that the city is really nice, beautiful, and it's located near Spain, 3 hours by a train, and 5 hours from Italy, and 3 hours by train from Paris. So it means that you can go as well for the weekend if you wish really strong to go to Paris. This is possible.
Wow, wonderful. And could you speak about, France is more of, internal city. what activities can student do, being in Montpellier socially?
Sure. So Montpellier is in an international student cities. We have students from different places in the world. It's also ranked in the top student cities of France, in the top five out of many other cities. What you can do where you have the beach in Montpellier, 10 kilometers from Montpellier. So you can go enjoy yourself at the beach. We have a lot of sports as well inside the school, but also in the city. You have a lot of bars, restaurants, you have a lot of clubs, you have a lot of museums. It's smaller than Paris, like I said, but you never get bored in Montpellier because, well, it's so sunny and the climate is really nice. And so many young people that you always also want to go out with your friends. And well, if you are tired of Montpellier, which usually doesn't happen, people don't want to leave Montpellier. You can go as well on the weekend to Barcelona in Spain or to Paris for the weekend, or your friends can come and visit to Montpellier because usually they want to discover the city because it's a really nice one.
Great, great. So, student and friends, if you heard from Judith, it's the best student city, ranked best student city. It is also an outdoor city. I mean, it's not something you just study, but you can go to the beach, you can go cycling, you can go trekking, you can be in house and enjoy with your friends. And if you're bored enough, as she said, you can just hop and reach to Spain or Barcelona or come back to Paris. So, Judith, moving on to my next question, why is Montpellier known as a city of innovation and tech? In fact, it is known as Green Tech City. Could
Sure.
you shed more light on this?
Yeah, we are not like in the US where they had the Silicon Valley yet. We are trying to be, as the city of Montpellier is not as big. However, we have many companies that are coming here to Montpellier to build innovation. It's considered as a hub because there are so many companies, and you have as well IBM and Dell, which are tech companies that have some offices here as well. We have a lot of micro businesses as well that come here related to IT, related to engineering, and related to innovation. And we received a label a few years ago related to Innovation Hub, which is why as well, well, the city is really famous for that. And in this sense, if I can say that, Montpellier Business School, our school, is trying to follow that with the courses that we want to be innovative. We have as well an incubator to build some innovative companies. We have courses related to innovation. So we really want students not just to become graduating and that's it, but really students who think out of the box with innovative solutions. So when you come to Montpellier, you'll see that you have big companies such as IBM and Dell, like I said, but also micro businesses that come to set up in Montpellier because there is like a vibrant atmosphere around innovation as well. A lot of workshops, conferences, etc.
Great, great. So, friends, if you're not aware, Montpellier have 70 plus student community that covers up to one quarter of the entire population, and it's a city whereby there are a lot of startup, a lot of encouragement is offered to student in with the by the help of the college through their incubator, whereby if you're interested in starting up on your own or even working with any premium companies, you can please come to Montpellier Business School and start your career there. Moving on to my next question, Judith. Now
Sure.
we are aware that Montpellier is a secret and a smart city, with a lot of opportunities for students not only to study but explore as a wholesome lifestyle. Let's come to Montpellier Business School. How can you best introduce Montpellier Business School to us students?
Sure. So I'm talking as the representative of the school, as a students counselor, but also as an alumni because I studied the master in management a few years ago and graduated in 2015, which is why I came back because I was happy about this. I met a lot of nice people, but I also was launched in my career, which is why I'm here today to talk about MBS as well. So MBS is born in 1897, so it's been now 125 years next year that we'll be celebrating. So we are one of the oldest schools of management in Europe. We are, well, one of the other schools in management in France as well. And we are ranked in the top schools. If I can compare to the US, so you will be familiar with, we would be like the Ivy League type of schools called the Grande École, which is the French name to say big school, if I can say that. So out of 200 business schools, we are ranked in the top 15, and we have very high rankings for a master in management, which is in the Financial Times. We have what we call the Triple Crown, which enable us to be highly ranked. We have ACSB, MBA, and EQUIS, and we are really proud of this accreditation. A lot of
Wonderful.
international students. It's a human-sized school with 3,000 students and one third from abroad, including some Indian students from different continents actually. And well, we are really proud of the school that the progress that it made since 1897.
Wonderful. So, friends and audience, if you've heard Judith, Montpellier Business School is among the top ranked B schools in France. Please connect with us for free counseling sessions and know more about the programs, intakes, and deadline. Going forward, Judith, my next question to you is, what are the most popular programs at Montpellier?
Sure. So we have programs. All of the programs are related to management because we are a business school. So if you're interested in engineering, that's not a school that you should look for. But so we have the bachelor program, which is a 3-year program, which is post high school that you can join. Then we have what we call the MIM, the Master in Management Grande École, which is the program that I studied a few years ago, which is a 2-year program, M1 and M2. And then we have the Master of Science, which are shorter for students who did a 4-year bachelor, which is a specialization. So we have 3 big programs that are most famous for international students: the bachelor at the undergraduate level, and then at postgraduate level we have the MIM, the Master in Management, and 10 Master of Science in different fields: finance, marketing, business and strategy, and management.
Great. So we have a whole lot of specialization within the management branch. So student from business background as well as engineering, who are looking in, progressing at management level can
Sure.
pursue these courses. So it's not only restricted to the graduates who are from business management, but most fields who now want to elevate themselves and pursue a management subject and progress
Definitely.
further. So please do reach out to a student in case you have any interest. So Judith, my next question is, what are the intakes? What are the common intakes? And if there are any deadlines for these programs?
Sure. I would like just to add to what you just said. It's true that we have students who studied business before, but we consider all backgrounds. We have a lot of engineering students who come to our school as well. The recruiters really love this profile with someone who had a technical background in a bachelor degree and then who come for a management degree to get this double skill. So it's really a strength that students have. And to answer your questions regarding admissions, so they are open for September 2022 intake. Why so long? Because well, it takes time to prepare an entrance to a new country. You will be moving and changing completely your life. So students usually take 1 year to prepare their arrival to France, including admission, etc. So admissions are open now until mid-June for September 2022 intake.
Okay, wonderful. So, although the admissions have started, student, please connect with us as soon as you can, because there are application process and the admission conditions requirement that you need to fulfill with the help of Judith and us. My next question to you, Judith, is, what are the general eligibility requirement first, and are there any scholarships that the student can avail if they apply early?
Sure. Thank you for the question. So admissions requirement, we'll look at all backgrounds. We don't have like a specific background that we want. And then depending on your profile, depending on what you're looking for as your dream job, meaning like in 5 years, where do you see yourself? Why are you thinking about coming to France? Because this is your first question here. You should ask yourself, why are you trying to think about management? What would you do with this? This is where we come to help with Aleph here. This is our job as counselor, but we'll be here to help you, and we'll look at first your past grades, so your academic background. We will look at your grades from 3 last years. So if you are in a 4th year of bachelor, we'll be looking at year 1, 2, 3. If you're in high school, we'll be looking at 10 to 12 grade, etc. Then we'll be looking at your resume. If you don't have experience, especially being a bachelor degree or being in high school, that's normal. That's not a problem. It's not like, no, we don't want people without experience. Of course, we want you to come because you will have experience right after. So this is something we will consider, but we want to see how you establish your resume with your leisure. What do you do during your free time, except for studying, etc. Then we'll be looking at your cover letter from MSc students only, and we'll be waiting also for your higher degree. So transcript of the 3 last years, resume, and higher degree. Then the next step, depending on the program, we'll be looking at a reasoning test, which can be either a GMAT or a GRE, or you can take our alternative test, which is for free, which is a reasoning test for free at MBS online. Then an English test, if you don't have an IELTS, you'll be taking our internal test. And final step, but not least, will be an interview, which will be either pre-recorded, depending on the program, or live with the director of the program or with one of the professors. So here we'll look at your past grades, past academic background, but we also look at results to admission results. And this gives you yes or no scholarship, meaning that at MBS we offer up to 2,000 euro scholarship. Those are granted on tuition fees, and those are partial scholarship. They're not going to cover the entire fees, but will be a good part deducted from your tuition fees, especially if you apply quite early, meaning before February usually. And then for other types of scholarship, we suggest that you look at AFOL for master's degree, which is like an excellence scholarship. So here you need to really have high grades. If you're not excellent, there's no point in applying, just to be honest. And the Sharpak scholarship as well offered to Indian students for master degree.
Wow, wow. So, friends, just to be precise, what Judith has said, the entry requirement is quite holistic. Being a top school, an Ivy League school, of France, the entry requirement are quite decent, and the document requirement are the standard transcript and academic. However, you also have a choice to get an IELTS waiver. However, the school will give you their internal test, and that's how you can avail that. Please reach out to us how we can help you with this. And as Judith mentioned, you do have the opportunity to get scholarship. However, you need to reach out as soon as possible.
Thank you.
So, Judith, moving on to my next question. Now we are aware of the programs, the eligibility, and the scholarship of it. What career support and services Montpellier offers to its student?
Sure. So the idea is that when you come to the school, maybe some of you have experience, some of you don't, but you will be helping you to build a career that looks like you. When you come to study, it's not just to party and to have fun. This is also to get a degree and a job that you like after. So how do we prepare you, and how do we support you in your career preparation? First of all, this will be through our courses. You'll see that courses at MBS in bachelor and master's degree will be very practical, meaning that you'll be learning by doing through a lot of projects, group projects, academic projects. You have consulting projects, entrepreneurial projects. So the idea is really to help you build those skills that companies are looking for through group work, through academic works. Other than that, you will also have some partners companies that will come to challenge students. All the students will be challenged around like a problem that the company is facing, and students will have to think of solutions out of the box to help this company, which is one of our partners company. Also, those partners company come to teach to students, to share the experience besides the professor, of course. They will come as well to recruit students for jobs and internship. And we have a team called the Career Center that will be here to help them to build their resume, their cover letter, to prepare them for professional interview, to prepare them to the professional world in France. And also, it's important to note that if you wish to work in France afterwards, it's important to have a good command of French. Not saying that you should be fluent, but it's like if I go to India and I don't speak English nor the language of the region, this will be difficult for me to find a job. So it's the same here. In France, we have some offers in English, of course, but those are not the majority. Usually, offers are usually in French because we are in France.
Correct, correct. Great, great. So, student Montpellier Business School offer industry visits by reputed companies who come and meet with you. That also gives you an opportunity to network with the employers, and also arranges the support to introduce them to those grants to help you get job placement opportunities. And France allows you to stay back in the country after you pursue your master course for another 2 years. So that's again an advantage that gives you ample time to look for networking and find a suitable job opportunity with the help of the school. So, Judith, my next question to you: what would be the average fees of the programs at Montpellier?
Sure. So we mentioned before that we are top schools in France, and if you compare, well, some of the reasons that you should consider France is the tuition fees. If you compare the quality of higher education, which is very comparable to some countries that you are considering as well, such as the US, Canada, the UK, for instance, Australia, you'll see that the tuition fees are kind of, if I can use that word, affordable for the quality, the triple crown, etc. So the bachelor degree starts at 11,000 euros a year, and it's a 3 year degree, so 11,000 euros each year. Then for the MIM, the Master in Management, it's a 2 year program, and it's 13,500 euros each year. Like I said, a 2 year program. And for the MSc, it's either a 1 or 2 year of MSc, depending on your level of studies. If you studied 3 year bachelor, you will be eligible for 2 years MSc, and this will be 24,000 euros for the entire program. And if you studied a 4 year bachelor, you're eligible for 1 year MSc, and you will be eligible for, well, the tuition fees will be 15,500. So for bachelor, 11,000, and then for MIM and masters, between 13,000 and 13,500.
Great, great. So, Judith, do we have any internship within the courses included for the student? Because a lot of students want to have an academic exposure, but at the same time, practical exposure as part of their courses.
Sure. So during the course, you'll see that you will have courses that prepare you for the professional world, but also you have internships mandatory, and some will be optional. The idea is that when you graduate, you have at least 4 to 6 months of professional experience, depending on the program. But internship is mandatory for each program. It will be happening at a certain time of the year. For instance, for the bachelor, it's after the first year. For the MIM, it's between at the end of the program, and the MSc, same. It will be an end of studies internship. And some students choose to do another internship between the first and second year because they want to clarify their professional project. So yes, you have the possibility to do an internship in France, and some do it abroad as well.
Great, great, wonderful. So, student, you are looking at a top business school in one of the most popular country, France, in the most upcoming location, that is Montpellier. Please do connect with us and look at the course options that we can help you to join at Montpellier and start with your admission process. So, Judith, understanding the entire program and the structure of the school and the courses offered, what are the present situation? Student would want to know if pandemic has settled, and can they study on campus. What's your comment on this?
Sure. So as you can see, I'm working from home, but not because we have to, but because I wanted to. So sometimes I go to school, sometimes I work from home because, well, sometimes it's more comfortable, and I'm sure you will agree. But students are all on campus for courses. So right now we are doing a mix, but this is quite exceptional for another, well, until the end of this month, actually. Students were allowed to do courses either on site at MBS on campus, or to
Yeah,
stay in their country, but if then that will be because they're not able to come due to COVID situation, especially for international students. So
correct.
right now we have courses on site, and the idea for next year, of course, is to have all those students on campus, because it's more lively. Students wear masks still inside the campus and inside the rooms. However, in the streets, you'll see that people are not wearing masks. What's to know is that usually we will ask you, well, the authorities, not me, will ask you to come with your vaccination updated, and this will enable you to have a quite normal life, to go to bars, to restaurants, to clubs, etc., and to live in public places as well. So on our side, we see that France is doing quite well. Also, what's to note in France is that healthcare is for free, meaning that you'll be paying a tax for the entire year, a student tax, which is for French and international students. And then with this tax, you will benefit from a free social security. So if you wish to get your vaccination, or you should have it before coming, of course, but if you wish to go to the doctor or to buy some medicines that the doctor prescribed, you'll see that this is possible and this will be for free. This is one of the advantages, especially in France, that you should be aware of, because it's a great healthcare system that we have. So right now we're doing quite well. I believe there is like a third doses of vaccination, especially for 65 and plus. I believe we will have it as well, but so far it's not mandatory. So we'll still have some people who are striking and all, but this is more like a French DNA.
Great, great. So, student, for your information, Montpellier has started the classes online, so you need not worry. Please get your visas, and you can start off on campus as you look forward to. So, moving on to my last question to you, Judith. One line success advice that you wish to give to our student and audience.
Sure. So first of all, when considering France and considering a school, you should ask yourself, why are you attending this webinar? Why are you thinking of France? And then, well, when you select the country and the city and the school that you wish to study in, make sure that you do your research. You have some counseling with Alif, you have some counseling with us after. Then if you wish to be connected with students, with alumni, with professors, this is something possible, so that you can project yourself the next year, because it's one of the most important decision. Not saying this is the most important, but it's an important decision that you're taking to go abroad. I think it's great that you're considering to come to France, because you're getting out of your comfort zone and you're coming to differentiate yourself. And don't be scared. France is just exciting. I mean, you'll be challenged, but this is part of life. And one colleague said once that when you come to a foreign country, you get 2 degrees. You get the degree you come for when you study, but you also get the degree of life. And I think that was a great quote here. So, well, come as you are.
Great, great. So, just ending on a good note, thank you, Judith, for
Thank you so
this
much.
informative
Merci.
session. And just adding to whatever Judith has said, France is a Schengen, part of Schengen territory, and students coming to study in France have an opportunity to travel on the same visa to different parts of France. With this note, I thank you all for joining me today. Study in Montpellier Innovation and Tech Hub. Thank you, speaker Judith,
Thank
once
you so
again
much.
for your
Merci.
insightful conversation. If any of our speakers, listeners, seek further information, please feel free to connect with us on our helpline number 9987099890, or visit our website alif.in. Our experienced counselor will be happy to assist you instantly. My name is Jenny Disa from Alif, signing off with a promise to come back again after a fortnight, 17 November at 5 p.m. Friday, with another interesting topic and some amazingly talented speakers enlightening you on a subject that matters to you most. Until then, stay safe and stay excited. Thank you.
Take care. Thank you so much.